And on to another big story at this point in time, viewers. In what could lead to another flashpoint with India, the Chinese Parliament on Thursday adopted the 14th five-year plan that envisages, among projects worth billions of dollars, a controversial hydropower dam on the Brahmaputra River in Tibet, close to the Arunachal Pradesh border. Both India and Bangladesh, lower riparian states, have been concerned about any dam in the lower reaches of the river, locally known as Yarlung Zangbo. While it still has to be ascertained if the project will lead to any diversion of water, sources in New Delhi said that the government remains engaged with China under the 2006 expert-level mechanism and also through diplomatic channels on developments related to the Brahmaputra. The proposal for the dam was first reported late last year, after which China had said that there was no reason for any anxiety over the project and that Beijing was going to have a good communication with the lower riparian states. While stating that hydropower development in the lower reaches was China's legitimate right, China had then also said that all such projects went through science-based planning and assessment, giving full consideration to impact downstream. India had said in December that it was closely following all developments on the Brahmaputra and that the government had consistently conveyed its concerns to the Chinese authorities. Reports from Beijing said that National People's Congress, China's legislature with over 2,000 members, adopted the plan in the presence of President Xi Jinping, Premier Li Keqiang and other senior leaders. Meanwhile, talking on the matter exclusively to your channel Northeast Live, a US-based nature activist Aruti Barua stated that the issue is quite serious and it would damage the ecology of the site of the dam and also affect the areas downstream. Listen in.
What is diverting means? You don't need to even divert. Think about this. This big bend also is a big, very big, deep well. And so it's already a well with the three sides. The weight coming out for about a mile deep end, and then you just close one end. And so how much cubic feet of water it'll hold? So what will happen that in the monsoon time, and all the snow will melt, and at the same time they will have more water, so they will release water. And then winter, it's such a big area of things that there will be not enough to fill that up, so there will be no water coming out. Who cares if it will run up the river or not? They said, oh, once filled up, it will be very hard to fill it up in the winter.
Barua also said that the construction of such a dam would be quite detrimental to the ecology of the Northeast and may even threaten the very existence of the Brahmaputra River as we know it.
It just shouldn't happen. It is the death to all these places, mainly to the Assam, because see, we call Brahmaputra when three rivers meet. And Lohit and Dibang only gave barely 5% water. And Lohit also maybe 9%, and the rest come from Siang. Now Siang, if the water doesn't come through Siang, then it just will cut off. And then farther down, Subansiri joins, but that not be enough water. And so on the top, first thing, it'll be just drying out at that. And then whole mechanism will stop and whole the ecosystem will be totally messed up. And then it won't make up for it. It won't be one river. I mean, that I can speculate or I can simulate how that happened, and I understand.
The nature activist also asserted that India should take up the matter more proactively on the international platform and stop China from constructing the dam.
Actually, all the rest of the world knows about it, and they were very kind of shocked that India doesn't say much. And it just is such a bad thing, and with the climate change and everything. And for India, I don't know why can be so complacent, because South rivers are not glacial rivers. They would never be. Brahmaputra, I mean the Ganges, the rivers that comes from front of the Himalaya, that Ganges, all the tributaries, and the Gomukhi Glacier is almost half dry or more dry. And then the Yarlung Zangbo comes from the middle, just behind the Himalaya. And that's a very strange and how it bends and what happening. There are lots of theories, but China didn't care. They basically did some uh, actually, there were not enough papers on that before. Now there are plethora of papers, but all the papers were what is where they are more on the minerals, where to looking for gases, natural gas, and all that kind of stuff. So basically, we should go to Paris Climate Agreement too and say that let's at least a mega dam should not be happen, and when the other countries are also concerned, they should be penalized right away, or they should be, had to have discussion. That can be done because it's dead to whole Southeast Asia eventually. And the other thing is that we can go to United Nations, and people are very, very on on the nature side nowadays. So.